Hey everyone, No DMAA here coming at you with a Ulforce deck profile number 2. So since the last video, I have made some couple of different improvements on the deck. Like I changed up the tamer count a bit, I changed up some of the level 4 and level 5s, and I wanted to try it out, improve my skill for Digilocals originally. But then my friend, who is now known as the Ulforce Prodigy, wanted to borrow the deck and wanted to play Ulforce for the first time, and I was like, yeah, dude, go ahead, because I'm always going to be playing it. So I played green instead, and he played U-Force. And wow, he ended up topping. He got third place with it, and it was his very first time playing with it. Amazing. Prodigious. U-Force Prodigy, indeed. Like, wow. I still can't believe it, honestly. Like, I didn't think U-Force could ever top, like, at least at my locals. But he did it. He proved me wrong, and that's amazing. I love being proven wrong sometimes. Like, I'm really happy that U-Force topped. Like, even though I didn't play it myself, but I built a deck and I made improvements and combined that with his skill level, we did it. We got there. I'm the deck builder. I'm like Baku from Buddy Fight. Like, yes, you did it. Now let's get into the details of exactly how this deck works.
Attack him again! You're out of luck. Attack him directly!
Switching over to deck profiling mode. So my babies haven't changed, or my U-Forces. So Demi Vmon lets you draw a card if you swing with a Digimon that has jamming, and then Upamon lets you draw a card if you swing and your opponent has a Digimon with no sources underneath. So the babies and U-Force aren't any different. U-Force lets you gain a memory if he becomes unsuspended once per turn, and then when he can become unsuspended if one of your blue tamers is suspended. So he's really good for multi-swing, and he's just great. Like, I can't believe my Ulforce Prodigy. He ended up hard dropping this on someone twice and won. Like, why am I wasting my time building up to him when you could just hard drop and win? I don't get it, but that's what he did. Ugh, I don't get it. But that's Ulforce. Then I run one Volcano Dramon. He's good for killing Rookie Rush, and he can shortcut your way into Omnimon. And he has +1 Scaredy, so that's cool too. So I run 2 Omnimon. He's a good response in U-Force because he can get rid of threats that could easily destroy U-Force, and he's a big body, so he's really hard to get over. Omnimon's just great. That's why he's in the deck. And then Coitus Breath, I run 3. This card is good to get rid of things that could stop U-Force, because U-Force is such an easy target. So Coitus Breath can get rid of stuff like Omnimons, Ragnalord, anything that could Craniumon, like anything that could stop him or kill him. Then I run 4 Rena. When your blue Digimon swing, you can suspend it to give it 1,000, and then on play you can look at top 3 cards from your deck to grab a V Digimon. So she's pretty good. I run 4 because I want to prioritize jamming, because she lets you get U-Force jamming if you have the Arrow Vidramon underneath, and that's just great. That's why I only run 3 tie. Originally it was 4 tie and 3 Rena, but I switched up the count because I'd rather prioritize jamming, because there's already enough stuff that can kill U-Force in the security, like Omnimons, and then the option Gaia Force and Trump Swords. Those things I can't really do anything about, but the big bodies like Omnimon and Ragnalord, really, I can at least get jamming. And then this. 1 Matt. I run 1 Matt instead of Davis, because Matt at least gets U-Force back up. Because Davis doesn't let you really do that, in my opinion. He just literally just gets you a blue and green Digimon. I don't think that's worth in U-Force. I think you'd rather just run the Matt, because he's a memory setter too, like Davis, but he also, like, when you play a blue Digimon, you can suspend him to trash a card underneath one of the Digimon stack. So at least he gives you a chance to stand up U-Force at least one more time, either offensively to attack again, or defensively just, like, play a cheap Digimon and then bring him back up so he can't be targeted. Like, attack that. So that's the reason I run Matt over Davis. I'm going to rookies. I run 4 Jamming Vmon. Put me at 3. Alright. 4 Jamming Vmon. 4 of the Vmon that lets you draw a card if you unsuspend the Digimon. and then 4 Lekmon. So I run that. There's easily some wiggle room here. I'm thinking about taking out 2 of the unsuspending Vmon. I've seen some people run 2 only. And I think that makes sense because they either run 2 more Gomamon or they run the Gabumon, the Drabumon. So there's definitely some wiggle room there. 4 blockers. Then I changed up things a bit. I took out the Gorillamon. I might put them back in, but for now, the deck build is 2-0 Veedramon. And then 4 of the jamming Veedramon. And then 2 of the secret Veedramon. So the secret Veedramon actually is really useful. Because he can actually respond against like Rookie Rush. And the Inheritable 1000 isn't too bad either. So, and he's a target for Rena, like a Veedramon. So she can grab him. So that's why I kind of prioritize having as many Veedramons as possible, enough V Digimon, so Rena doesn't whiff. But at the same time, it's like the 3 cost for a champion is kind of high, but I think it might be worth. I think it's worth. 1 Zudomon. Zudomon's good. On play, draw 2, and then when you swing with him, if your opponent has Digimon with no sources, you gain a memory. So he's really good combo of Ulforce to regain memory. And you draw 2, so that's nice. 3 Monsimon. So I took out Bastimon and put in Bastimon and put in Monsimon instead. Because Monsimon is a 5 cost, so he's much cheaper to hard drop if I need be. That's like literally the only reason I prioritized him over Bastimon, even though Bastimon has higher DP. But that's either one's fine. I just prefer paying less. Then for the Arrow Veedramon, he can unsuspend one of your blue Digimon if you Digivolve into him, and then Inheritable is when he becomes unsuspended, you gain jamming. So it's pretty good. So that's the ultimate count. That's the overall deck. So I had a really good time building this deck. I really didn't know if it was going to be good or not. But then my friend proved me wrong because literally all he did was just like, he apparently paid 13 and just hard dropped that. And then he did it again. He just like, okay, I'm going to play 2 now. And did some swinging. It was hilarious. I wish I saw it. And apparently it's true because the person he did it to was my brother's friend. So it happened. Like he literally just like said, I don't want to Digivolve. I'm just going to hard drop this twice and swing because I know you don't got blockers. That's the gist of what happened, basically. It's funny as hell. But, yeah, and then, also, he did Omnimon too, and I'm just like, he was just like, yeah, Omnimon's good. How many you run? I was like, I run 2, man. And he was all like, good, because he wins games. I'm like, I know he wins games. Because Omnimon's amazing. And then he also benefits off stuff like the Arrow Veedramon and the Vmon that let you draw a card because he becomes unsuspended from his own effect by grabbing a Ulforce and just putting it back in your hand. And then the jamming is cool too. Technically doesn't need it, but it's nice to have. So that's the reason I run Omnimons. And he enjoyed playing the deck. I'm really happy for him that he told me to get good. I was like, yeah, dude, I need to get good because I didn't think you could top with Ulforce. The last 2 times I played it, I got dead last. So I guess my deck building skills are great, but my skill level just isn't like, it doesn't correlate. But overall, it's fun. He had a good time. I'm really happy the build worked at least. So I'll probably keep it this way for a while until set 4. But I don't think it's really. I might put back the Gorillamon actually, but because I liked having cheap Digivolving. So we'll see. I have to play it myself, but I'm really proud of him. Good work, Ulforce Prodigy. You did it. You avenged us of the Brotherhood. Ulforce can do it. I'll probably still talk shit about him, but that's just how it is. I'm so mean to him for some reason. Sorry, Ulforce. You don't deserve me as a tamer. I don't deserve you as a Digimon. But anyways, thanks for watching. I really appreciate y'all. And Season 2. This is the beginning. Like, I kick it off with Ulforce. So next deck profile is going to be Green Cersei-mon or Green Imperial Dramon. I haven't decided which one yet, but they both tied for 6th place. So I'll let you know when it happens. So I'll see y'all next time.